big thing, and we're always going to get stereotyped no matter what. But in bodybuilding, man, everybody's just bodybuilders. When you look at, I mean, the list of professional athletes in the world and some of the best athletes in any sport, I mean, people have to start thinking, you know, maybe they're a little naive or not, but I think they stereotype bodybuilders too much.
In 5th place was Vince Taylor from Fort Lauderdale. Vince has some impressive titles to his credit, including the 1988 Nationals, the 89 Night of the Champions, and a 3rd-place finish in the 89 Mr. Olympia. He's a former all-around athlete known for his mind-blowing arm and calf development. And when Vince comes in at his hardest, he's obviously one of the very best in the world. At this show, 210 pounds proved to be too much, as Taylor looked bloated. 4th place was won by a former WABA world champion, Thierry Pastel from Paris, France. This was the first time many in the audience had ever seen Pastel, though hardcore fans know him from his 1990 Holland Grand Prix win over a field almost identical to the Olympia. Thierry is dense at 5 feet 5 inches and a cut 178 pounds. In addition to possessing the best abs in the show, Thierry also has outstanding calves. In 3rd place was the most shredded man in the show, if not the world, Andreas Munzer from Germany. Munzer had striations on top of striations and drove the crowd wild by bringing them out in one eye-popping pose after another. Only 26 years old, Andreas is 210 pounds of pure, hyper-ripped muscle on a 5'10" frame. With quads from another planet and a lat spread that blocks out the sun, many felt Munzer should have placed even higher. And with just a bit more size, he will soon easily dominate the pro ranks. The runner-up in the Ironman competition was 29-year-old Renel Janvier, who you may remember barely missed the overall at the 1988 USA, then went on to win his class at the World Championship. This was Rennell's very first pro show, and he very nearly took it all. Originally from Haiti, Rennell is renowned for his thickly packed muscle combined with some of the deepest muscle separation imaginable. At 5 feet 7 inches and a ripped 210, Rennell is also one of the strongest bodybuilders around. He's only beginning to tap his competitive potential, and we can only wonder what kind of incredible future is in store for him. The show was won by L.A. homeboy J.J. Marsh. The 1990 Houston Pro Champ has put to rest any talk that he was washed up by dominating this show, which featured some of the roughest competition ever seen on a stage. After taking 5th at the 1990 Ironman Invitational, J.J. vowed to come back this year with guns blazing. It proved to be no idle threat, as his 5 feet 8 inch, 210-pound physique overwhelmed the contest with gigantic legs, an amazingly ripped condition, and flowing lines. J.J. was disqualified at the 1990 Olympia, but he feels that 1991 will be his year.
Well, seeing that I wasn't able to compete at the Olympia in 1990, you know, it didn't really bother me. You know, it was just, you know, I had to really look at it from a competitive standpoint due to the fact that, you know, they were going to be doing the testing and everything. So, you know, I went in with the fact that, you know, maybe I will pass, maybe I won't, and I guess the cards weren't in my favor, and I didn't pass the test. So I didn't really let it get me down. I just, you know, decided that, hey, you know, I'm going to come back out in 1991 and show people that, hey, I can put it all together and I can win the Mr. Olympia.
And just as J.J. continues to improve, so does the class of competitors each year at the Ironman Pro Invitational. As the first pro event of the season, it may soon be said that winning this title is second only to the Mr. O. Reporting for American Muscle, I'm John Kobick.